What's going on today, Internet? Selfish here with Retrospect, and I've been looking for a solution to play games on my desk that doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Inside this, I have the JMachen Hyperbase R1 4K. We're going to take a look at it, see if it flips the bill, and it can handle the systems in retro gaming that I'd like to play. Let's take a look. Let's just start off by talking about how nice this packaging is. So it obviously just came in a box, and then it came inside of this. And this looks really nice. So this is pretty much set up if you wanted to bring this case with you anywhere. The handle kind of sucks, but the rest of it's really nice. If you want to bring the system with you on the go, they do call it a portable gaming solution. All right, we'll see what's inside here. All right, so let's take a look at these here first. So we do have a charger. Now this one's going to be kind of unique, and I don't exactly know how it works, but I do know that it has a clicky on it. So it is a barrel charger, but it also has this thing so you can switch it on and off. I don't know if that's to go between Android and emulator or just switch the emulator on and off because it can't switch out of games on its own. We're going to find that out as we go here. Looks like it did come with a black and white controller. The thing I'm actually most excited about this is I don't have any wired controllers, so this will be the first time I have wired controllers in my house in probably 10 years. So this will be really nice to have. Also, there is a paper manual. So we got that. That looks fantastic. So currently she's all hooked up and apparently doesn't have power, maybe? Is that what this is all about? See what happens here after we flip the power switch. And we're off. So we just gave her some power. There we go. Love how they just stamp their name all over everything. I've seen builds of theirs where they actually just stamp it all over RetroArch too, so I guess we're going to see if that's what's going on in this one or not. We get kind of a weird glare here with the lights, don't we? Well, I mean, the whole idea here is just to see if it works, but looks fine to me, but it looks kind of weird on here. Color saturation looks a little off. I am using the world's cheapest monitor right now. This is like a $20 AliExpress monitor, so nothing crazy. All right, so what do we got here? So going through, you obviously got the Final Birds, the MAMEs, the Ataris. Wow, we got a little bit of everything. Lots of Commodores. Maybe it does have the 110,000 games that it says that it has. We need to turn down the volume on this just a touch. Okay, we'll try that out and see what happens. So what do we have for game? Oh, I don't even know how to... Let's see, where did NES go? That makes more sense. All right, so what do we got here? We have our kind of original arcade games for NES. I swear it's just getting louder. I did it. It went... Oh, that's brightness. I was like, what happened? All right, so we have all of our main... This actually isn't a terrible controller. Let's just talk about this for a second. I mean, it's really light, but like comfort-wise and out of the crappy controllers we usually get with these things, this thing is actually doing pretty good. It seems usable. Well, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see it repeats. So we're already... First system we go into, we're already seeing repeats of multiple games. So that will definitely get your counts up. There's Alien 3 a couple of times. So lots of NES games. No, I didn't want to do that. What did I click on? Let's find out how the menu system works here, huh? Probably says in those directions I put back in the box. So that's start and select. Hit them twice. It will quit. Good to know. We want to try some higher end systems here. Just NES hacks are always fun. Just to see what it can and can't play. So Super Nintendo, N64. We could start with N64, I suppose. Oh my goodness. Why? It'd take me a little bit to get used to this this menu system here. Try a little Bond out. So if that is how you get it to do that, how do we get into actual RetroArch, I wonder? Is there a way? There we go. So it'd be select and Y and get into RetroArch. So this does hide your achievements. You would be able to put those on probably because this would have internet access if you wanted to hook this up to the internet. I want to hook it up to the internet because these Android boxes from China are known to have malware built in, and you don't want to be dealing with that. So I would skip the other side of this altogether, the Android side. I wouldn't even hook it up. I wouldn't turn it on. I'm not going to here. I'm not going to put this on my internet. I don't need some Chinese data farm to get all my information. Press start to continue. Let's do it. I do like these borders, but like I said, they always put the logos somewhere on their system, so they built it right into the Emulec on the borders here on RetroArch. Okay, what I do think is the start button, though, is the clear button, because that's where the start button normally would be. One thing I do not like about this controller. They do have clickies, though. I mean, it's a pretty solid controller for, getting two of them. This whole system here is $26. So to get the Android TV box and these two controllers, not really expecting a lot. Oh boy, where's my arm? This is the #1 selling game box right now on AliExpress, which is why I decided to get into it. I don't know what's happening. I'm crouched and I can't figure out how to get back up. We'll kill her. We'll kill him. I know this isn't how you're supposed to play this match. I know you're supposed to get through here silently, but you know what? I screwed up, all right? I screwed up. Well, let's try a different game out. All right, so if you hit the two together... Okay, no, that just did that. Okay, so if you hit them together twice, it should quit. Yep. I wonder if they got ambitious with this build. Oh my goodness. Yep, so these two are the same. Yeah, there's a lot of repeats on here. I wouldn't expect this after watching that performance on that last game to play Cruising. How many times did they put this on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 4 times for Cruising USA. They must really want you to play this game. This must be a really good game on here. If Cruising USA works, this is going to be the only game that needs to work for me. And I would love to have this on my desktop. It's a fun game to play it on the desktop. Once I can figure out... I always forget the gas pedals on the left on this game. I mean, it's not that great. We got a lot of screen tearing going on here. And I actually don't think that has anything to do with this monitor. I don't know if it makes the game any less fun, though. I've played Cruising on worse machines. This is not great, but it's not actually terrible. And it looks like they have some kind of overlay on here set up, so we got some kind of weird filter thing going on, which taking that off would probably fix it. They're probably trying to sharpen the image a little bit. I don't think it's working. Oh, man. Looked up at my camera and boom, right into something. All right, so, I mean, I think this is doable. It's not the best way to play Cruising USA. Like I said, there is a lot of screen tearing going on here, but it's a playable game. We'll move on. I'm kind of wondering if you can get into the... Oh, did I just do that again? I'm kind of wondering if you can get into the individual emulators from, like, into the Emulec settings from the desktop somewhere. And I'm assuming that it would be... Yeah, okay, so it's still starting select, and we can get in here and change some of these settings, including our UI. This is a weird setup. Oh, yeah. So Emulec and the games are the opposite for buttons, by the way. As far as themes go, this is, I think, usually the theme you see on Emulec. The crystal theme, if I remember right. No, it's not. Nope, definitely not. Well, you could always download some more because you have access, but I, again, wouldn't hook it up to your internet. I would just do it via SD card. So we've got our controller settings, got game settings. So under here, we should be able to change how each one plays, but I'm wondering if there is... Oh yeah, so we can change emulators and things in here. Cool. All right, I'm good with that. So let's go PlayStation. A lot of Crash Bandicoot. We got Gran Turismo. Some Rayman. Resident Evil 3. Good game. I don't think it's going to hold up to that. Ridge Racer. Street Fighter. Let's try Ridge Racer out, see how this one does. Apparently just give you a day of racing games. Hit options, but okay. We'll go with this. Oh, look at those graphics. Well, you're not upscaling, that's for sure. I'm wondering, though, if we can run this on a standalone at all. Or, you know what, usually RetroArch honestly has the best core for this. This one's not tearing at all, though, which is kind of nice. A little bit. Maybe it is a little bit, but not terrible. This one's not nearly as bad as N64 was. 2 years ago, being able to play this would have been the holy grail, which is probably about when this box came out. I'm not sure. It says it was updated here in the last couple of months, so I don't know if they just updated the library or if they updated Emulec, but it's on 4.4, so I'm going to say probably not updating Emulec, which would mean we don't really have updated cores, so I'm not really sure what they would have updated. I have seen these with a lesser chip in them. Similar but lesser, so maybe it's just a chip update. But I'd say this is definitely playable without even changing any settings. I mean, that's the thing about these boxes. You really don't want to go through and change too much because these aren't really for tinkering. These are for just putting it in and having fun with your friends. Again, you can hook up 4 Bluetooth controllers to these as well. Not a lot of 4-player games, though, that are going to be available in this library. But I'd say Ridge Racer is doable. Sticking with PS1 here real quick, we're going to try to play some Tekken. Let's see how this D-pad works. So it is a split D, kind of like a Sony would be, where they're actually not a single D-pad. It actually works pretty well. It's not terrible. It is a little hard to get diagonals, though, with it being a split D-pad, just because you have to really hit those two at the same time. Pretty square on. Okay, well, Tekken will play. It plays just fine. We're not upscaling or anything, but it plays just fine. I think the last thing we want to try out, it does say it has Sega Saturn on here if I recall, so we'll try and see if we can't find Saturn here real quick. I don't imagine it's going to do real well with it, but, well, the good news is they didn't actually put it on here. So it is in the advertising, but it's not on, maybe just under Sega? Oh yeah, it is. They have a whole section. So we have, wait a second. Did PlayStation have, under Sony, was there PlayStation Portable and stuff too? Oh, well, would you look at that? Crazy. Okay. So I guess we do have Saturn on here. Let's go back to Sega. And we have a bunch of different Sega systems. Mega Drive. Ooh, Genesis hacks. This would be kind of fun. There's a lot of stuff that I'd like to play some hacks on just to make it fun. Oh, we do have Dreamcast on here too. Look at that. I think maybe we knew we had Dreamcast. I don't remember. Naomi. Wow, okay. Well, let's try a Saturn game out, and then we'll try a Dreamcast game out, and then we will get out of here. This is probably the hardest game to emulate on Sega Saturn, so we're going to try Sega Rally out, because I'm sticking with that car theme, damn it. It's not a good sign. Choppy right off the start. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to find out. If you're wondering why you always see reviewers film the same part of this game, it's because there's nothing else really unlocked until you beat it on here. This isn't going to work. The audio's just crapped out. Guess it helps if I hit the gas pedal, but still. Oh yeah, she's slow. It's weird it's not tearing really bad. Usually when you play this game, you see like the atmosphere around you just whipping by. I mean, we got a little bit of it up here, you know, but not like we normally see on here. So the chip is probably doing everything that it can to power through this. Like up there, it looks like the road is wet, but then you get there and there's nothing there. But that's all stuff you could fix in an emulator, so it's just... First you got to get it running fast, or at least running half normal. It's just too slow right now. Alright, well, we'll give that a try. Crazy Taxi 2 is one of the harder ones to emulate on Dreamcast, so I thought I'd give that a shot. Embarrass myself in my inability to make customers happy. It's pretty typical. This game is always so much louder than every other game. It's Crazy Taxi time! Nope, not gonna work. I don't know if you can hear the audio, but it is... Oh, slow-mo. We're playing slow-mo Crazy Taxi. Well, that's okay then. Woo! In slow motion. Let's see what it looks like to hit somebody in slow-mo. Oh, well, they got out of the way. Doesn't help me hit my mark any better. Alright, I think I've seen enough. So that is the JMachen Hyperbase R1. That's what it's got. It, you know, it would be a good system about a year ago, I'd say. Right now, it's okay. I'm not sure if it's going to make the desk or not. I'm looking at also maybe possibly. I've got a couple of PCs sitting here. Some mini PCs. I might try a couple of those out, and we'll make a future video on one of those and see what that's all about. But I do like the way that the Emulec is set up. I think that it's pretty clean. There's a lot of repeat games, but it's really easy to skip past them. Also, it looks like the box art's there for pretty much everything, which is a godsend in comparison to what most of these are. Very rarely do you find the box art on one of these machines, so I think that's a step in the right direction. It is a very popular chip, so even some of the systems out now are coming out with less powerful chips, so I think that this is kind of ahead of its curve, which again, I can see why it's on the top of the AliExpress right now, as far as purchased home game consoles, which it really is just an Android TV box. Still not really sure about this Switch yet. I feel like if you switch it off and on, you might end up on the Android side. But what do you think? Have you used one of these? I know there's a lot of them out there. Is this one that you've used before, or is it something that you're interested in? Is there anything else you want me to play on here? I can always come back and do another video on it. I don't mind doing that at all. Maybe not some racing games. I know I didn't play God of War, but let's be honest, Crazy Taxi couldn't handle it. God of War's not going to do it either. So now I'm confused. I have no idea what this Switch is for. And that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share this video with your friends, because sharing helps grow the channel, and I can use all the help we can get. Oh, before you go, one more thing. This just showed up in the mail today. This is actually a Lenovo tablet that's made just for video conferencing. And now that the pandemic's over and Google abandoned the project that this is running on, this is e-waste. But we are going to attempt to turn this into a working gaming tablet. It is an 8-inch tablet with camera setup, obviously, for video conferencing during the pandemic, but I also believe it's running a Snapdragon 688, maybe? 668? I can't remember. It's running a Snapdragon CPU, so we should be able to get some power out of here in order to play some decent weight, maybe medium weight gaming on the retro side. I believe we can also probably set up in Tante mode, maybe. I don't know, but first we got to get through it. So if you're interested, subscribe to the channel. I will have a video coming out soon where I'm going to open this bad boy up and we are going to see what we can make out of it. Right now, these things are going for $30 on Amazon. So you have a good opportunity if we can figure this out. And I know there are some people over on the Retro Handheld Discord that have figured it out. So I'm probably just going to take some notes from them and copy what they did. But we will show you how to do it here coming up in a future video. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Like I said, I will have a video soon-ish on that Lenovo. I do have a few things in my backlog right now, but we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. And I just want to say thank you for hanging out this long. So if you haven't already, there is a subscribe button floating around. Otherwise, YouTube is suggesting a couple of videos over here that it knows you're going to like. So why don't you click on one of those? I'm out. Bye.